Lira versus Troll.
For Doomhammer.
Watch your back.
I am kind of almost feeling legend tonight, based on my win rate. So far with this exact deck list, I'm 13-2. Ramtrude is a good deck to ladder with despite the amount of aggro. Ramtrude's not really bad against aggro, kind of, but it's kind of bad against a lot of mid-range decks. So if you're kind of aggro as like maybe like zoos and some very aggressive hunters and face, like, you know, face shaman, things like that, it's actually fairly okay against those matchups.
This guy's toast.
What it's weak against is mid-range decks, so against like Hex, against Sap, you know, so like this deck. I think it's mostly weak against the 3 mid-range decks. It's weak against 3 of the mid-range decks. Mid-range Shaman, mid-range Rogue, like this, and Tempo Mage. I'm kind of worried that if I don't backstab SI Agent here, it's going to be hard for me to activate in the future.
This guy's toast. Hey, lights out.
Because I do have like kind of like more value moves, so I'm overkilling that minion a little bit. I can just Swashbuckler, Hero Power, Backstab, and kill it and have a 3/3 and a 1/1. I would have a weapon and then a 1/1 SI7 agent in my hand instead. I feel like it's hard to activate that SI7 agent on at least on turn 4, so I went ahead and not done that. I'm actually pushing quite a bit of tempo here. Uncle Toxa, thanks for the sub. Welcome. Here's the Crowfist. Oh, I missed the sub. Let's see what we draw first. We don't want to take this trade, even though this is better against 5/5s and 6/5s. Gonna still have to Shadow Strike this. Don't want to give him a good trade. I don't know why my tracker didn't pick it up. Might be a good time to Doomhammer here, actually. Because I'm not playing Gadget on 6, so I might as well overload this turn.
Here we go.
Hey,
Face the power of my Doomhammer. Oh, I hope I don't get Harrisoned. I just thought about it now, but I still go for it, right? This Doomhammer is almost enough to kill him. It's 12 damage. I need 6 more damage.
Here we go. Here we go.
Is Barnes even good in Ramp Druid? Actually, Barnes is not really that great in Ramp Druid, no. A lot of the big minions don't have special effects. It's like most of the taunt minions in Ramp Druid, if you're talking about like a classic Ramp Druid, just get a 1/1 taunt, Ancient of War. Actually, it's not even a taunt. I might just have to not attack here. It's 8 damage if I attack. Although attacking is still better.
Here we go. Here we go.
thank you.
Brotherhood shelter.
Actually, he didn't have spell power cards. I need to win this turn if possible. One damage off.
Too soon.
Careful.
go. Here we go.
Lapdogs! All of you!
That's pretty close between just attacking the face. I did want to shiv his face first, because if I get backstab, if I shiv the totem, or if I shiv the taunt, I can't backstab it. I can still fan and then attack it with my weapon for that one last damage. So if I got a backstab, I would have won. Sinister Strike.
Valera versus Thrall!
Shaman. Shaman is good against both the popular Malygos decks, I believe. I don't think there's like, I mean, even though Druid and Rogue are both Malygos decks, I wouldn't like, they're certainly not that similar. Like, they're not the same. There's decks good against one that's not good against both. Like, Hunter's really good against Druid, but not so good against Rogue as far as like the slower ones with high main because of Sap. Druid has no good answers for that. Some of the more facey decks, like aggro decks, are really, really good against Rogue, but not so good against Druid because Druid has healing like Feral Rage and their hero power is better. So even though they both run Malygos and they're both mid-range decks, it's hard for me to say, what's good against them. I guess Shaman is good against both just because it's the best deck in the format, and Shaman is over 50% against both of them. Yeah, the card I've been changing the most is the second Shadow Strike Sap. I originally had 2 Shadow Strikes, 1 Sap, and now I have 2 Saps and 1 Shadow Strike. Sap is pretty lackluster against Shaman, because the thing from below is not a good Sap target, and Shamans don't really have minions that are too big over 5 life too frequently.
Here we go.
And something like Control Warrior, I think is probably better against Rogue than against Druid, since Druid has more threats.
Thank you.
If we get Hex next turn, we're gonna have to Sinister Strike and then SI7 to kill the Mana Tide. Gonna at least check this turn first.
Injured?
See if we can get a backstab.
This guy's
Here we go.
Job's done.
Paladin's gonna be pretty cool, actually. I like a lot of the new Paladin cards, like lots of 1-drops. And then especially the... Oh, I don't remember the name of the cards yet, but there's a 3-mana, draw 3, 1-drop cards. So I feel like I can make some decks that have a lot of 1-drops and fight for board control, but not using Divine Favor and run a decent amount of late game as well.
This guy's toast.
He is overloaded, so he can't play Fire Elemental at least this turn. Azure Drake Spear Claws is not prepped up yet either. That's one of the best sap targets in this deck, because it overloads them. So I'd mostly be going for Fan of Knives with prep here. I went ahead and played this first just to give myself more options. There's nothing I would want to play for exactly 1 mana. The only 1 mana card is Swashbuckler in my deck, and Sinister Strike. But I might actually go for the Massive Revolution since it seems like less. Like I have to get the Fan of Knives. Well, there's a couple cards I could get, but
Hey,
seems pretty good.
you
That's
soon.
incredible.
Harrison Ragnaros, good Saptar is true. That's true. Well, comparing it to Shadow Strike, Harrison is about as good. I mean, it's probably better to Shadow Strike than the Sap. It's okay to Sap Harrison because you don't really have to make a weapon anymore once you know. Ragnaros though is actually quite a bit better to Sap. Freeze Mage, I think it's just a bad deck in the meta. It's only good against mid-range Shaman, pretty much. It's just not very good. Comparing Freeze Mage to like top 10 decks, the win rate of the deck is like 30%. That is good.
Here we go.
Avast, matey.
Laughing says it's 75% to 90 is. I do have to take the 4 damage here, but at this point it seems like my hand is more constrained by cards than it is by mana. So I'm actually going to just take the damage here.
Here we go.
Definitely going to take the trade against Shaman, Flame Tongue Totem. It also contests my Blood Mage. I'm also fairly far away from lethal. I'm not going to just push damage and leave that 1-2 up against Shaman. Class that snowballs minions very well. And same with Shadow Strike for 5/5s, 6/5s.
There is a lot at stake here.
Here we go.
I'm constrained by not mana, right? I mean, unless I'm Malygos, but yeah, I should probably play on Harrison.
Here we go.
Been seeing a lot of Shamans run it. Feels like I have extra mana anyways. Randy Bo Bandy 11, thanks for the sub. Welcome to the Strife crew. Here's a Crow Fist. Six plus 7, 13. He's 1 off lethal. This could be a very likely hex. I don't know how long he's been holding this card.
Many options.
At this point, I am going to have to go for it, I believe. If I kill this, he might have to trade everything for Malygos. If I wait one more turn, 2 spells, I can get a Eviscerate.
Choose soon.
How am I gonna win? Even if he trades everything for Malygos, I don't know if I win. That's a very hard call. But by going for this Malygos play, maybe it's better not to Sinister Strike, because the only way I win is if he doesn't have Hex and he trades his whole board in. At this point, I still think it'd be kind of a close game. I'm not sure if I'd win, but I would need to win through Auctioneer, Emperor, you know, those kind of minions to try to get as much value as I can. So I decided maybe stay the Sinister Strike there. I don't think I'm winning because of the Hex, though. Let's go for backstab. Ash Drake into backstab into prep into fan. I think that's the only way. Oh, interesting. Actually, I don't think it's even possible. Yeah. Even with that, I don't even think I could. Still, I'm at 3. I'd leave up the totem golem.